you guys. Okay, so I'm doing this training just a little bit different. Today I'm talking about getting repeat customers and repeat orders. So instead of telling you what you need to be doing, I actually contacted a lot of my, like probably half of my top 50 teammates who are in my top 50 every single month. So that's top 50 sales in my team. So I just messaged them and I said, okay, can you give me your biggest tip for getting repeat customers and repeat orders? Because I mean, me, Megan, and Jen are superstar directors, or Megan Lundergren is a star director. You can hear everything that we say and either take it with a grain of salt, not do it, or do it. But I really wanted to hit up my top 50 sellers because they range from certified consultant all the way up to star director. I think I asked one director, one star director, and the rest were superstar consultant and lower. And they're all in my top 50 sellers mostly every single month. I think all of them actually may hit top 50 very, very, very often in my team. So I connected with them. I'm going to give you their tips that they gave me. And so, um, number one, so like I said, this is about how to get repeat customers and how to get repeat orders. Number one, the first person said, creating a personal relationship with my customers. I make it a priority to have conversations with my customers beyond Scentsy. This creates loyalty. So that was how to get repeat customers. Creating a relationship with your customers, how you're going to get repeat customers. Um, the second person, this person does events. So this is an event girl. She said, follow up. Well, she actually said a couple things. So I'm going to run through a couple of things. She said, first of all, giving good customer service and personal conversation and being super friendly. So that right there is exactly what the person before said, creating a personal relationship with their customers. Being consistent, staying a consultant when everyone quits. So the consistency is huge when you want customers to keep coming back to you. She said she also places a QR code on her table at events, and every person that comes to her table, she says, "Do you want to be added to my specials and promotions?" And people are going to either say yes or no. So they fill out the form. The form either gives her cell phone number and email, so she has the connection to them, and then she sends out monthly messages, monthly updates, monthly things when things are releasing, like those types of things. And then she also uses Scentsy Connect. So she is creating a personal relationship with them, getting them signed up for something on a monthly basis so she can keep contact with them, and doing her follow-up. And then we have a party girl, so a girl who does a lot of parties. She says she doesn't get responses on Facebook. So when she posts something, she usually gets no response, which is normal. That happens with almost every single person. And she said, I get good repeat orders on bundles. So when she creates like a 10-bar bundle deal or any type of bundle, she also says the best way that she gets repeat orders is by posting something and then private messaging and then inboxing all of her customers. So she's posted the thing and then she goes and inboxes her customers. And she says she gets a lot of sales from that. She also said she reaches out to people. So she's not waiting for people to connect with her. She is reaching out to people. She is doing parties, asking if they want to get updates. And she said, more parties create new customers. So she is building a new customer base on a consistent basis because she's doing parties. So one person will bring 6 friends that you probably don't know. So she said parties is huge for her business. The face-to-face people become better customers. And then she said Every time someone orders, she makes sure she follows up with them. So creating the relationship, finding new customers, and then following up and doing the work after. So next person said, treat your customers like your friends. They know I'm loyal to them, so they want to be loyal to, you. Um, that's another creating a relationship. So the thing, okay, I have 13 to go through here. I'm already only at 4. 4 people said you need to create relationships with your customers. Okay. So this is a continuous thing that you got to make sure that you're doing in your business, is keeping that relationship going in your business is how you're going to get those customers coming back to you personally. This person also said she creates bulk parties, like bulk orders, and she makes sure she connects with people and then offers them cheaper or free shipping. So the more people that order, the more, like, shipping is say $14 in Canada. If you have 14 people that order, everyone pays $1 shipping. If the order gets to so big, then the shipping is free. So the more people that orders, you can lessen the shipping. So offering cheaper shipping to every single person placing an order is how a lot of these people are also getting repeat orders. Number 5, this person said create friendships and relationships with them. Number 6 person said 2 words, messaging them. She gets repeat orders by messaging them. Number 7 says she's getting repeat orders by always checking in with them. Repeat customers get extras as thank you, samples, candies, and circles, like scent circles, like putting things in their bags. So repeat customers get extras as thank you. And I always write a handwritten thank you as a note. Number 8, this person said, I get repeat orders from past and current customers, letting them know of items that are on sale or back in stock. So she's physically reaching out to people to let them know when things are back in stock, when things are on sale. So she has continued to keep her customers informed with all the information. Number 9, this person says, stay in touch even if it's not to sell them anything. Find out what their interests are and ask, how are things going with it? Or anything you might have seen them post about, ask them about it or talk about it. So this person here is also saying doing those things is going to create a relationship and have those customers wanting to come back to you personally. Number 10, I wrote down mine. This one's mine. Consistency. This is how I get repeat customers and repeat orders, is consistency. I send out texts, monthly texts, weekly texts sometimes, depends on what's getting released and what's on sale and what is coming and what they're liking. So I'm sending out texts, emails, systematic communication from me, and follow up. That is how I have repeat customers coming back to me. Number 11. This person says, I get repeat customers and orders by doing that personal touch. She said, I know my repeat customers on a personal basis. I always ask how their families are, how their work is, and I package their orders and include a personal touch like a candy bar, a pack of cookies, or just some things like that into their bag. Number 12, this person said, for repeat orders, offering cheaper to free shipping based on, like I said, how many orders are coming through with bulk order. Adding a little thank you gifts, samples, room sprays, circles, laundry samples, doing bar deals. So she is offering, making sure that people are aware of bar deals and things that are happening in the business. Number 13, this person is says that she treats them like friends and not like customers. She also says she adds samples. She uses her free and half price items when she's doing bulk orders to buy stuff to give as freebies. So she's utilizing the host rewards to um, purchase things to throw in people's bags. Now, let's talk about something here. That was 13 people between the titles of certified consultant all the way up to star director, and they all had one thing in common, and that was building a relationship. If you are not building relationships with customers, you will find people will not be loyal to you. They will not be loyal to you. They will buy from you. They will buy from the next person. They will buy from the next person and the next and the next until they feel like they are attached to you in some way. They are not attached to you based on the very first time they order. Let me say that again. Just because someone orders from you one time does not mean they are your customer forever. They will consultant hop until someone builds a relationship with them. So the major number one tip to getting repeat customers, getting repeat orders, having the people come back to you is by building a relationship with them, communicating with them, texting them, emailing them, private messaging them, posting underneath their things, asking them how their day is, dropping off an order and talking to them for 5 minutes. They're coming to your house to maybe pick up something, or they're coming to your house to, or like look at some of your stock. Talk with them. That's what your customers want. You will get better customers by building that relationship. And the number two way that everybody is in consistent yes with is following up and communicating. Building a relationship and following up. Building a relationship and following up. And I'm going to tell you something on this paper what I don't see. I don't see people saying I'm posting and waiting for communication. Not one person that I asked this question to is saying that they are posting on Facebook and they are getting 1 million orders. They are not saying that. They are building relationships with their customers, and then they are following up with them. They are continuing that relationship after they've placed an order with you. So I want you to really take a look at your business, and I want you to rate your own business right now. Is how much of a relationship have you been building with your customers? In the past 6 months, I want you to count up how many customers you've had. Okay? So let's just for just a number out there, let's just say you have 30 customers. And if you've been in the business longer, you probably have 100 customers, okay? But let's just say you have 30 customers. And if you think back in the last 6 months of your business, is how many of those have you connected with without a sale? How many of them have you sat on their porch or stood on their porch, dropped something off, and you talked to them for 5 minutes? How many of them came and picked something up from you and you talked to them for 5 minutes when they picked it up? Are you just dropping the stuff off and saying thank you and walk away? Or are you actually engaging with them when you're doing your free deliveries you're doing, or if they're even coming to pick your stuff up? Are you posting underneath their things on social media? Are you communicating in text that has nothing to do with a sale? So I want you to take a look at your last 6 months of business. I want you to count up how many customers that you had, and I want you to look at the number. And let's just say it's 30. Have you had 5-minute conversations with 30 people? Because that is what is going to grow your business. That is what is going to create loyal customers. Loyal customers want friendship. Loyal customers want to know that it's okay to come to you, and they feel confident and comfortable that you're trustworthy, that you're loyal, that you're a great person. Because if you're just in and out of their life just to drop stuff off and then come home and wait 3 months to get another order from them, that's not personal. That person is easily going to be able to pick up one day and order from me, let's just say, right? what's so great about what you're doing right now that that person is not going to shop with somebody else? Okay. So I want you to take a look at that. So number one was building relationships with your customers. Number two, like I said, was follow up, connecting with people, sending out your emails, sending out texts, sending out whatever you're doing on social media, just kind of private messaging them, nothing to do with Scentsy. Doing maintenance phone calls, follow-ups, or texting follow-ups, making sure that their products are still working and that they have enough. The sales conversations that you have over time, the notifications of something is coming that they love, or something that is discontinuing and you know it's their favorite product, like those types of things. Huge, 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 huge in your business is going to be follow-up and communication and friendship. That is what is going to create loyal customers, more sales in your business over time. And so I just kind of wanted to have you realize that one of the things I used to talk about all the time is like, you have to be your own secretary in your business. And so what do I mean by that? If, let's just say you worked in a veterinarian's office, okay? You worked in a veterinarian's office and your job is to be a secretary. And your job this month is to look at who the animals who got vaccines, say last May, let's just say. So May 2024, who had vaccines? Clearly, those people need new vaccines, not people, dogs, cats, animals. They need their vaccines on a yearly basis. So you're going to, a lot of places make you call me as a customer because I have a dog to rebook for those vaccines or to rebook for those checkups, or you're sending out postcards. You're writing up the postcards, sending it to every single person who 1 year ago had their animals vaccinated. If you didn't do that for that company, you would be fired. Your requirement is to be their secretary. So your requirement is to get customers to coming in through the door and rebooking those vaccinations for their pets, right? So if you didn't do that for them, you'd be fired. So you have to do that for your own business. How are you going to get those people back from May 2024 to reorder from you? So you need to come up with a system in your business, a way to make sure that you get those repeat people coming back, that they're not going from store to store to store to store to store, and that they keep coming back to you. So I always say, make sure that you're your own secretary in your business, because even the same thing, if I hired you to work for me, let's just say I had an assistant. I used to have an assistant actually. But if you were my assistant for Scentsy, I said, okay, Sarah, this is the list of customers I want you to connect with. We have to do follow-ups, this, and this. This is your job. Your job is to do follow-up for me and my business. Okay? I give you the way that I need it done. And if you don't do that, you're getting fired. If you are not contacting my customers, you're not creating that email, you're not creating that text, if you are not creating something for me, newsletters or whatever, something pretty, whatever I required of you to work for me, to connect with my customers, if you're not doing that for me, you wouldn't be working for me, right? So you have to do that for your business. And I remember in the very beginning of my business, when I started, when I was brand new, you guys. I remember I didn't have friends and family to purchase from me. My friends and my family did not grow my business. Even still to this day, they have not grown my business. I have never asked them to buy or sell Scents. Well, I asked my sister. My sisters have joined. But it was like I had to make my sister join. Anyway, she's still a consultant today. But anyway, so back in the very beginning of my business, I started doing events because I didn't have many people. I mean, I used to own a candle business. I used to make my own candles back in the day. So I had that customer base to start with. But what I started doing was I started doing events. And then I was selling at events and I was picking up these customer names, their emails. I was booking parties because I was asking for parties. So what you ask for is what you're going to get, is a big tip for me as well. But when I would come home, I remember for the first month, I was just like, yeah, I might put my sticker on it, all the things. And I realized nobody was calling me to grab more wax bars. Like nobody was calling me. It wasn't a thing. Nobody was calling me for an order. And back in the day, that day when I joined, there was no Facebook. There was none of that. So I couldn't add them to things. And there wasn't really like mass text. That wasn't really a thing. We had to use the phone or whatever. And so I remember in the very first month of my business, I was just like, okay, clearly I need more communication with my customers because they're not calling me. Clearly they don't feel comfortable enough to text me or call me or whatever for more orders. So that was when I then put it on me to make sure that I was doing my follow-up. So I have had follow-up in place since the very, very, very beginning of my business. And honestly, you guys, if you are not personally messaging people to see if they need something, you need to start doing that today. Posting and praying is not working. That is on this paper of what every person said. They are not saying they're posting and getting a million orders. That's not what's happening. They're creating relationships. They are reaching out to people themselves. The top 50 in my group are reaching out to people to get orders. Period. That's what they're doing. That's what I'm doing as well. So keep it super simple. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need lists of people. You don't need any of that. If you don't have a system, you don't need systems. If you can remember all your customers, that's totally fine. But the biggest two tips that I'm giving you today is build relationships with your customers. And then make sure that you're following up and communicating very, very often. Be your own secretary for your own business because nobody is going to build it for you. Nobody's going to reach out to you for an order, and they're definitely not going to order from you if they don't feel comfortable. And they're definitely not going to reorder from you if the last time they saw you was 8 months ago and you've never even said hi to them. So, so keep that in mind. The more communication that you can give with the people that are placing orders with you, the more likely they're going to continue to come back to you, the more likely that they are going to be loyal to you. And the more consistency that you can have in your business, the more times that you are consistent, then they feel like they are, what's the word I'm trying to think of? That they're going to feel more loyal to you because you are consistent. So when you're working their business, they're going to want to support you. If they see you doing well, they're going to want to support you more, right? And so that's the biggest thing. Creating those relationships with people is huge in your business. So I just wanted to kind of just do this training a little bit different, just to show what everybody else is doing, because everybody else is kind of doing the same thing, right? Maybe in a little different ways here and there, but that is what they're doing. They're creating relationships with the people that are ordering from them. They're continually communicating with them, and then they're following up with them. They're not posting and waiting for things to happen. And if they're posting, they're then messaging and inboxing people because of the post they just posted. So keep that in mind in your business. I think there might be one more training coming. Don't quote me on that. But I've really enjoyed doing these trainings the last 3 months, and I hope you guys enjoy them, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them. Anyways, have a really great day. And if you want to make your business bigger, work on building your relationships and work on follow-up and communication.